Continuing on our episode 200 celebration here on the Train with the Best podcast. One of the friends that we made recently that I just can't believe how quickly we've gotten to know this guy and how really essential part of the family he's become for Train with the Best. He's been a really great advisor for me over these last couple of months after we got the chance to go out, shoot a video with him in Phoenix, a video that is steamrolling towards 1 million views, by the way.
That's right.
Nick Symmonds, two-time Olympian, YouTube star. He's got like a real question for us as he's getting ready for his powerlifting competitions. Oof. Chris, I hope your thinking cap is still working after your kids drained you on that vacation.
All right, let's do it.
Yo, Train with the Best, Nick Symmonds here, and I want to congratulate you guys on hitting 200 episodes. Phenomenal accomplishment. Way to be consistent, and I do have a fitness-related question that maybe you guys can help me with. I have been bulking up for the last 30 days, like trying to put on as much weight as possible, and I've gained a ton of muscle. And when I start cutting down, I don't know how to cut body fat without also cutting muscle. Is there a way to tweak my macros or tweak my workouts to allow me to maintain all this muscle, but still lean down at the same time without losing a ton of strength? Let me know.
So, as always, when we give anything related to body composition, et cetera, that's not necessarily our area of expertise specifically. We're not nutritionists. We're not that kind of stuff. But I do like this question, Chris, because I'm sure it is something that you've dealt with, especially with football players.
Yeah.
Like adding mass in the offseason and then ultimately getting to your playing weight, which is essentially what Nick's doing. And he obviously did it in his career as a runner. Now he's doing it at a much heavier weight because he's trying to be a power lifter. So I thought this was a really interesting question. I'm curious what your thoughts are on it as he gets ready to go, I think, in a couple of weeks for his first ever powerlifting competition.
Yeah. So, all right. So, this question is twofold, and I think it's kind of appropriate that Nick would ask something like that because the biggest thing that we did with Nick was also with Lorenzo, and this is the person who he should probably ask because Lorenzo was somebody who came down from 300, came all the way down into 230s, and kept his strength and his speed. And the way that he did that was a couple of things. One, when your volume drops, you have to keep the intensity high, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I think Nick is starting to learn how to lift heavy and empty his tank in 3 reps, right? That's something that he didn't know how to do before, right? Like he'll even tell you, like, I've never been a good starter in any of my races. Well, right. in this type of lifting, the start of the race is the race, right? In this particular lift, if you've got a 3-rep set and you've got 15 reps for the whole workout, you've got to be lifting a significant amount of weight. And I think he's starting to get used to that. The other part of that is like, not only does nutrition become vital, but the nutrition before, after, and during the workout becomes vital, right? So now you have to think about what supplementation you're taking during the workout. So I remember like Zoe had a Ziploc bag of pills of BCAAs that he would take. It was the Poliquin BCAAs that he was taking literally like in between sets. We would have a timer go off every like 15 minutes in the workout. It says, all right, go take 6 grams of BCAAs or whatever it is that you got to go take. So if we were working out for an hour, there were 3 breaks that we had. And then, obviously he would finish up with his shake and all that other stuff. So I think that stuff becomes really, really important because you got to feed those muscles while you're stressing them. And yeah, I mean, somebody like Natalie's probably going to give you a little bit more information on the in-workout nutrition, which is a very unique thing because what he's trying to do is a very unique thing. Like most people are just trying to lose weight, gain weight, or whatever. But for somebody like that or for somebody like Zoe, it was, hey, I need to keep every ounce of strength that I have, but I got to be 20, 30 pounds lighter. How am I going to do that? And that's how we did it.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note that, like, for the average person listening, like, wait, that's what I want to do. I want to stay strong and lose weight. Like, that is in a different version of the most common goal that people come into a gym with. But when you're coming in as a general population person, like, just work out. like if you add that strength and add that muscle mass and you eat right, like you're gonna drop weight and you're gonna get stronger. It's different for someone like Lorenzo or someone like Nick, who's already so strong. Like they've learned how to cap out their bodies in certain events. Obviously, Nick is shifting from an endurance event to a strength event. So in some ways, he's just got to keep lifting, right? Like no matter what he does, he's not close to his, or at this point, he might be getting closer, but like what his true maximum potential is as a lifter. So if he just keeps lifting heavy, like he's gonna get stronger. And then the nutrition element, which he should absolutely consult a nutritionist on, or a dietitian on, a sports nutritionist, sports dietitian, is going to that's going to dictate the weight element of it. But what a general population person needs to do versus like an athlete who's talking about the 1% margin is completely different. And I think it's important to note that you should have a professional guiding both sides, right? Like you should always have someone monitoring your high end strength training as a trainer, whether it's a trainer or whatever else. And then a nutritionist on the diet end, and balance those out, make sure that you're properly fueled. And that I think is the ultimate, like, number one takeaway is make sure that as you start to cut back your calories, that you don't go too far, because if you're not properly fueled for any workout, no matter what level, you got absolutely no shot of succeeding.